Ever had those days where you just feel kind of off, a little fuzzy-headed maybe, draggy your feet, perhaps even a bit irritable? What if I told you the secret to feeling sharper, more energized, and genuinely better might be, well, simpler than you think? And it's something you already have access to. We're talking about water and how to make sure you're truly getting enough of this liquid gold. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something seemingly so basic, yet profoundly impactful. Simple hydration habits, our mission. To unpack the science, bust some common myths, and, arm you with effortless, maybe even fun ways to drink more water every day. Because staying well hydrated isn't really about rigid rules. It's about unlocking your body's full potential. We've gathered some fascinating insights from health and wellness experts, and we're ready to share the most important nuggets of wisdom. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. We all know water is good for us, right? But do we really grasp just how fundamental it is beyond just thirst?
Well, what's truly fascinating, I think, is just how many roles water plays in your body. It's really not just about quenching thirst. Think about it. Your body is roughly 60–70% water. That's huge. It's crucial for, well, pretty much everything. From lubricating your joints, helping your cartilage absorb shock, which is vital.
Okay, so keeping things moving smoothly.
Exactly. To forming saliva for digestion and even delivering oxygen throughout your body. I mean, your blood is over 90% water.
Yeah.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, even your brain and spinal cord rely on water for cushioning. Dehydration can actually affect brain structure and function. It can lead to issues with thinking and reasoning.
Wow.
Yeah, and it impacts skin health, too. It helps regulate your body temperature when you sweat. It's just everywhere.
So what does this all mean for us, practically speaking, beyond just feeling physically off, like you said?
Well, that dehydration can manifest as maybe irritation you can't quite explain, or feeling listless, a bit weak.
Right, not just I'm thirsty.
Precisely. And there was even a study, I think it was early 2023, that linked greater hydration to a longer life. So it's pretty significant, which, raises a really important question. How much water do you really need? Forget that old 8 glasses a day rule. Honestly, that's mostly a myth.
Really? Still, I feel like I hear that all the time.
I know, it persists. But your hydration needs are really unique to you. It depends on so many factors. The National Academy of Medicine recommends around 125 ounces, that's about 3.7 liters, of fluid daily for men, and about 90 ounces, or 2.7 liters, for women. But here's the kicker. This includes fluid from all sources.
All sources, you mean like food, too?
Exactly. Not just plain water, but other drinks and even the foods you eat. Actually, about 20% of your daily fluid intake typically comes from water-rich foods.
Okay, now that's interesting, especially for people who find plain water, well, a bit dull. So how do you figure out your number then? If that 20% is from food and the 8 glasses rule is out?
Yeah, a great rule of thumb, sort of as a baseline, is to take half your body weight in pounds and aim to drink that amount in ounces of water.
Okay, half your body weight in pounds equals ounces of water.
Right. So if you weigh 150 pounds, that's about 75 ounces of water, just as a starting point. And that's before we even talk about exercise. If you work out, you should add, say, 12 ounces for every 30 minutes of activity.
Okay.
And probably even more if it's hot outside or you're sweating a lot. Oh, and for those who are pregnant or breastfeeding, adding an extra 24 to 32 ounces of water is generally recommended.
Got it. So it's quite personalized.
Very. And the simplest way to check if you're hydrated, just look at your urine.
Okay. What am I looking for?
It should ideally be pale yellow or even clear. And you should find yourself needing to go about every 2 to 4 hours. If it's darker than pale yellow, you probably need more water. It's a pretty reliable built-in indicator.
Good tip.
Yeah. And feeling thirsty or getting headaches, maybe feeling dizzy, those are actually late signs of dehydration. The goal is really to pre-hydrate, to stay ahead of it.
All right, don't wait until you're already feeling it.
Exactly.
All right, so we know why it's important. We know roughly how much to aim for, personalized to us. But let's tackle the boring factor, plain water. Right. It can be a challenge for some people. I mean, that's why things like Water Talk blew up, right? Though maybe some of those got a bit wild with sugars and powders.
Oh, absolutely. Some of those concoctions were intense. But the underlying idea, making water more appealing, that's valid. And the good news is there are plenty of healthy ways to do it. Think of your water bottle or glass as a canvas, really.
Okay, I like that. A canvas. What can we paint on it?
Well, fruit and veggie infusions are fantastic. Simply adding slices of fresh fruit, think lemons, limes, oranges, watermelon, strawberries, it completely transforms the taste. You can even try mild veggies like cucumber slices or zucchini. Maybe pair cucumber with mint or lemon. It looks beautiful too, which helps.
Yeah, visual appeal matters. What about herbs?
Definitely. Don't forget fresh herbs, a few sprigs of mint, basil, rosemary. Even something like lavender can add a really sophisticated calorie-free wow factor. You can create your own signature blend.
Ooh, signature blends. Fancy?
Why not? Another idea. A small splash of 100% tart juice, like cranberry or pomegranate, adds flavor, color, and you get some micronutrients like vitamin C, antioxidants.
It's a small splash, though, right? To avoid too much sugar.
Exactly. Check the label, make sure it's 100% juice, no added sugar. A little goes a long way.
Okay, what else? Bubbles.
Bubbles, yes. Sparkling water totally counts towards your daily intake. It can be a really refreshing change of pace. Lots come with natural flavors, or you could even get a seltzer maker for home.
I like sparkling water. Feels a bit more like a treat.
It does. And how about creative ice? This one's fun. Freeze little bits of fruit, like berries or lemon slices, right into the ice cubes. Or try freezing juice, coffee, or even unsweetened tea into cubes. You can use fun-shaped trays, too. Makes it more playful.
That's a great idea, especially maybe for kids or, adults who are kids at heart.
Right. And don't underestimate the power of a simple tea bag. Unsweetened teas, hot or cold, are super hydrating and add so much character. Here's a nice little trick. Try adding a few slices of apple to a hot herbal tea. By the time you finish drinking it, the apple's all soft and delicious.
Oh, like a little bonus snack.
Exactly. Just, watch the caffeine content in some teas if you're sensitive or drinking later in the day.
Good point. And for those times, you just need quick flavor, like on the run.
Yeah, that's where maybe some sugar-free drink mixes or those low-calorie electrolyte powders can come in handy. Think fast flavor, smart choices. But again, always glance at the ingredients. Check for artificial sweeteners or colors you might prefer to avoid. Be an informed sipper.
Informed sipper, I like it.
So this really brings us to the psychology of it all, habit formation. How do we make hydration, well, easy, automatic?
Yes, because knowing isn't always doing right.
Exactly. It's about making it effortless. Number one tip, probably, carry a reusable bottle. Find one you actually like using. Maybe it has time markers on it. Maybe it just feels good to hold. It's a constant visual reminder.
And better for the planet, too.
Absolutely. It makes it so much easier to track how much you're actually drinking throughout the day. I have to admit, I struggled with intake until I got one of those time-marked bottles. Felt a bit nerdy at first, but honestly, game changer.
Yeah, I find that helps me, too.
What else? Set reminders. Use your phone, your smartwatch, whatever. Gentle alerts, maybe sip every 30 minutes, or refill your glass every hour if you're at a desk. Think about it. If you work an 8-hour day and refill an 8-ounce glass each hour, that's 64 ounces right there, almost effortlessly.
That breaks it down nicely.
And build it into your routine. Anchor it to things you already do, like have a glass of cold water right when you wake up. It can actually help wake you up, boost alertness.
Oh, interesting. Instead of reaching straight for coffee.
Or maybe alongside the coffee. And try having a glass before each meal. Some find it helps them feel fuller or just more aware of actual hunger versus thirst. Can lead to more mindful eating, potentially. And maybe a small glass before bed, just to prevent that dry mouth feeling overnight.
Simple habits. Makes sense.
And don't forget, you can eat your water. Remember that 20% from food.
Right. Load up on the watery stuff.
Exactly.
What?
Lettuce, celery, zucchini, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, berries. They contribute a lot to your fluid intake. Plus, you get nutrients and fiber. Win-win.
Okay, one more practical tip, maybe.
Filter your water. If your tap water just doesn't taste great to you, you're less likely to drink it. A simple pitcher filter or a faucet filter can make a huge difference in taste. Makes it much more appealing.
Good point. Taste definitely matters.
So while plain water is, the gold standard, other fluids do count.
Like what? We mentioned tea.
Right. Milk, 100% juices in moderation, those count. And yes, coffee and tea, despite the old myths about them being dehydrating.
The diuretic myth. So that's not really true.
Well, caffeine is a mild diuretic, but the fluid volume in coffee or tea more than makes up for any minor fluid loss. Modern studies show the net effect is hydrating, especially if you're used to caffeine. So your morning cup does contribute.
Good to know. What about things like soda or sports drinks?
Yeah, sugary sodas, definitely not ideal replacements. Way too much sugar, often artificial stuff too. High-calorie sports drinks.
Yeah.
They can have a place, but usually only for intense, prolonged exercise, like over an hour.
To replace electrolytes.
Right. But Honestly, for most moderate workouts, plain water and maybe a small salty snack afterwards often does the trick just as well.
Okay, so water is generally best unless you're doing some serious endurance stuff.
Pretty much. Now, it's easy to just dismiss dehydration as feeling a bit thirsty, but we should touch on the fact that it can get serious.
Right. What are we talking about beyond just a headache?
Well, mild dehydration might mean that dry mouth, fatigue, headache, maybe muscle cramps. But if it becomes severe, it can lead to things like a rapid heart rate, confusion, fainting. In really serious cases, even kidney failure, heat stroke, or seizures. It's not something to ignore.
Yeah, definitely not.
And just briefly, on the flip side, while it's rare, it is actually possible to drink too much water, especially plain water without enough electrolytes.
Overhydrate. How does that happen?
It's called hyponatremia. It's mostly a risk for endurance athletes who maybe drink excessive amounts of water during long events, or sometimes people with certain kidney or heart conditions. It dilutes the sodium levels in your blood, which can be dangerous.
Wow. Okay, so balance is key.
Balance is absolutely key. Listen to your body, use these smart habits we've talked about, pay attention to your thirst and your urine color, and of course, if you ever have symptoms that feel moderate or severe, definitely seek medical attention. Don't guess.
That's really important advice. So we've journeyed through the incredible kind of pervasive importance of water, haven't we, for literally every function: joints, brain, skin, digestion, energy. And we've found that staying truly hydrated isn't about sticking to some rigid old rule. It's more about understanding your own unique needs. And then making water appealing and accessible, weaving it into your day with these simple, sometimes even fun strategies.
Yeah, exactly. If there's one key lesson maybe to take away from all this, it's that true hydration can be this effortless, ongoing dance with your body. It becomes about mindful sips throughout the day, maybe getting creative with those infusions or ice cubes, and just seamlessly weaving water into the rhythm of your life almost without thinking. Every small habit you adopt, every flavored ice cube, every water-rich fruit you choose, it really adds up. It adds up to profound benefits for your physical health, your mental clarity, your overall well-being.
Beautifully put. An effortless dance. So maybe the next time you reach for a drink, just pause and consider. What's one small, simple change you could make, like right now, to truly nourish your body with the fluid it's craving? What new flavor combination could you experiment with this week? Or what tiny habit could you build to make staying hydrated feel more like a pleasure and less like a chore? We really encourage you to try out maybe just one or two of these simple hydration habits this week and actually pay attention. Notice the difference in how you feel, physically, mentally. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly,
Stay hydrated.